Hey guys, it's Finn here on the behalf of Cinemartians. Today I'm joined with Aidan and Venus. Unfortunately, Venus couldn't get the camera working today, so we had to have them on Teams call.
Hey guys, so I know we talked about going through some YouTube videos, and we obviously watched one, but I wanted to know what you guys thought of the creator. Did you know who he was before we started this all, or?
Yeah, I mean, I watch Kyson that most times on when he live streams and that. I've watched some of his YouTube videos before, and yeah, I'm quite a big fan of him.
Yeah. So if you can, just tell the audience and stuff who Kai Cenat is, and obviously what the whole deal about what the short movie we watched was.
Yeah, so basically, we watched the Kai Cenat movie, Global Pursuit, directed by Michael Daniel, and we then discussed it on our thoughts. I thought it was quite good. What do you think, Hayden?
I thought it was rubbish, to be honest.
Why?
It's just a bit. I know. The plot didn't make sense at all, to be honest. There's people frantically running about for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I quite liked it, to be fair. They weren't just random people winning about. It was like a full-on storyline to it.
Yeah, I completely didn't get the storyline. I was lost on that.
Got you.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of agreed with Aiden, but only halfway. I can see why people could understand what was going on if they knew what it was inspired by. But I think if you've not seen the film that Global Pursuit was inspired by, and a slight satire version of, I think it would be very much more difficult to try understand.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So, while we were watching the whole thing, I honestly had some teetering opinions about it, because on one hand, I can understand why an audience would like it with the humor it uses, because it definitely targets people of Gen Z and it uses a lot of slang that we use. But I also struggled to get some of the humor. I just didn't find how people could find it funny.
Yeah, obviously, I think you have to know the person to get the jokes, because basically, Kai's entire group on YouTube is they just mess around on stream and get a bunch of people on and joke about and that. So I think you have to watch them before you actually understand the movie. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Aiden, what did you think about the use of humor in it and how it tried to target Gen Z and stuff?
I thought in its attempts to target Gen Z, it did well, given some of the more Gen Z slang it used. But I overall didn't think it was that comedic, if that makes any sense.
I personally thought the scene that I found funniest, that appealed to me the most, was definitely the karate scene. I thought that was quite funny and well executed. But other than that, I thought the acting was somewhat quite poor, and I thought it could have been looked into more to have a better storyline and stuff like that.
I mean, of course they're not going to be that good of actors, because Ray, the guy who plays Sai in the film, in real life he's quite clumsy and jumps around and that, and it's quite funny to see him as a serious character in that, because as well as he's not got much acting skills either. So, but I think Kai did really good in acting.
Yeah, I think Kai probably knew what he was doing the most. I just wish he'd have, or the director at least, would have helped the other actors do a little bit of a better performance.
Yeah, I mean, I know they only had 3 days to actually make the movie, and Kai had met Ray a week prior, because he took a trip to Japan, and that's how they met and made the movie together.
The 3 days explains a lot.
As a whole, YouTube short films are definitely hard for me to interact with and enjoy, because obviously it's people who you know less, so there's that appeal of not having a blockbuster celebrity right in front of your face. And I also think that the YouTube comedy genre is probably something that just doesn't appeal to me as a whole. What do you guys think of it?
What do we think of the comedy, like the comedy genre on YouTube? Or
Yeah, comedy genre on YouTube.
I mean, I feel like each different creator has got their own like twist to the comedy on the show, and just in their own videos and that. But I feel like I said before, you have to watch them to get the inside jokes and all that.
Yeah. Aiden, what do you think of YouTube comedy like creators and stuff like that?
I suppose I agree with Finn because every creator has got their own unique twist to it and their own style that sets them apart a little bit. But it's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've lost trail of thought. But yeah,
Okay. Well, what other points do you guys like want to make? Like, is there anything that really like stood out to you as like being funny or not funny, like anything at all?
I mean, I've got a few notes here. I did like a bit like towards the end where Kai, after Ray stole Kai's towel in the show, Kai's character then had to run into a costume store and picked out a Michael Jackson outfit, and then from then on he was like they made multiple jokes to Kai being Michael Jackson when he was like moving his hands trying to pick up his gun. One of the bad guys said, "You're not fast enough, Billie Jeans," which is obviously one of Michael Jackson's songs. And then towards the end, when Kai's character went to the toilet, they were singing Thriller in the cubicles.
Yeah, I think at first the Michael Jackson jokes were quite funny, but I think towards the end they kind of just got really overused. I would have liked them to change the subject a little bit more. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess.
Aiden, what notes did you manage to make? Are there any specific points you wanted to make?
the one main point I had about the movie is that given it's 17 minutes long, the first 12 minutes it's all just them running about and like chasing each other and that. And then it seems like for such a movie it was a bit disproportional with how much action was going on.
You know, I don't really think that, because like the first like 10 minutes was them with Kai, Sai, and then the boss woman. They were all inside the massage place, like trying to figure out who's who and that, and who takes them in. And then they had about 2 minutes of running, which then they went into the comic book store, the costume store, and had a brawl there, which is where it goes towards the restaurant, and it finishes there.
True.
I think having like not many places to shoot in was definitely a downfall for the film, and it's no like disrespect towards the creators, because obviously they had a limited time and probably a limited budget, but I think they could have definitely tried to shoot somewhere else just to refresh like the viewers in attention span towards the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all I have from my notes. If there's any more you guys want to add, that's perfectly fine by me.
Going back to the comedy, I did like towards the beginning when Kai's character is getting a massage by that masseuse, and he says he's a rapper. She asks who, and he says Lil Yachty, which then the masseuse then goes telling all her friends. And when Kai's character and Sai try to run out of the massage place, all like girls are trying to chase him, trying to get pictures. Then once they run past some guy with a newspaper, the man takes it down, and it's Lil Yachty himself, which I quite thought was quite funny.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think it's like back to that point of you have to understand like the references that are going on, because I personally don't know much about Lil Yachty, so I didn't understand the hype and what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Lil Yachty, from what I've seen, Lil Yachty is like, he's quite young, so he's friends with quite a lot of American content creators such as like Kai and some other people like Phantom, which was also in the movie. So
Yeah.
I think that he'd want to be in films and YouTube videos with them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think it was like a clever strategic to use that in the film, but obviously it just didn't really work on me. But I can see why anyone else would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, if that's all you guys have to say.
Yeah, you got anything else?
Got nothing else.
Alright, that's all we've got to say
Perfect.
for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Adios.